Welcome to our exhibition, A Walk to Remember the Journey Out of Africa. The evolution of humankind is a complex journey, with the origins of our species spanning back 6 million years ago in Africa. Human evolution is the intricate process of change in which we originated from our ape-like ancestors. DNA evidence and similarities in genetic makeup indicate a common ancestor between us, modern humans, and our ape-like ancestors. It is through the process of evolution that we have become physically, behaviourally, and genetically different. Biologically, the pattern observed in the transition from more archaic hominins to modern humans include an S-shaped spine, a narrow pelvis that helps us keep balance, an increased cranial capacity and the thinning of the cranial bone with a rounded brain case shape, and the development of straight opposable digits on the hands for power grip and precision grip to allow us to better hold objects. These physical characteristics allowed for changes in behaviour and the development of communication and tool-making. The term caveman, introduced by pop culture and media, refers to the early hominin species in which occupied regions of Africa, Europe, and Asia over 1.85 million years ago. The role of media in formulating the basis of public knowledge and opinion about how these species behaved and lived often paints an incorrect picture of dim-witted, aggressive, and scared individuals that still lingers today. However, the hominins of the past are far more nuanced than their brutish, unintelligent reputations, and their existences intertwined. Our exhibition walks you through the movement of the first hominins out of Africa, exploring 4 significant archaeological sites and their findings. We aim to encourage you to rethink the stereotypes given to the people of the past, and explore the non-linear nature of how we evolved. We hope that today you take a walk to remember.
This room will represent the Menisi site in Georgia and its findings. This site is key to deciphering the Homo's origins and for tracing the earliest Pleistocene hominid migrations out of Africa, and is one of the earliest known hominin sites out of Africa. Several hominid individuals, along with abundant, well-preserved remains of fossils, animals, and stone artifacts have been found. This room contains a range of interesting displays containing stone artifacts, fossils, as well as interactive activities to enjoy. The first interactive component in the Menisi room is a realistic recreation of Homo erectus and their habitat. You will be able to touch and feel tools, clothes, and more in this activity. The next component is a meet and greet / question session with experienced archaeologist and anthropologist David Lordkipanidze. David has led multiple teams at the Menisi site, and his work has a significant impact on our understanding of human evolution, early hominins, and their migration patterns. Any questions that you may have about human evolution, the site, or archaeology in general, David will be able to answer them. This next display is comprised of 2 walls representing the 2 main stratigraphic units at the Menisi site, Stratum A and Stratum B. Stratum A bears most of the faunal materials and hominid remains, while Stratum B has the high density of stone artifacts. You will be able to see what artifacts and fossils were found in which unit, as well as what type of sediments they consist of. This display contains all types of stone artifacts unearthed from the site. The main goal for the Menisi hominins was to create artifacts with a sharp edge for cutting. The stone artifacts, primarily made of basalt, volcanic tuff, and andesite, are suggestive of older one chopping tool traditions, similar to tools found at sites in Tanzania and Israel. These tools provide important insights into the early migration and behaviour of hominids in Eurasia. This last exhibit we have in this room is the hominid and animal fossil and remains display. All different types of fossils and remains were found at the site, including Pleistocene megafauna like ancient elephants, deer, and other mammals. 5 hominid fossils, thousands of extinct animal bones and bone fragments, and over 1,000 stone tools have been found at the site.
Hi Pat. Welcome to the Sierra de Atapuerca Hills in Spain, where some of the earliest hominin fossils in Europe helped archaeologists add more questions and answers to the mystery of human migration out of Africa. This room explores the 1990s excavations of the cave system Grandalina in the Atapuerca Hills, which was found bearing 170 bones, creating at least 6 individuals that were attributed to a previously unknown hominin species called Homo antecessor. These fossils were found in a sediment-filled limestone cave system and help archaeologists explore what was going on in this region. Homo antecessor being in this cave actually support theory of them being the earliest Homo species in Western Europe. before any other species. So, the significance of this site is that the discovery fills in a chronological gap left between the oldest Eurasian hominin fossils and those of Boxgrove man, implying newer information on migration patterns out of Africa and into Western Europe. Our first artifact on display is a mandible found, which helps archaeologists determine what the Homo antecessors' diet was. Our next exhibit is a collection of bones, very well preserved but fragmented bones of Homo antecessor. Some of them actually do have cut marks on them, suggesting cannibalism, maybe, after death, or another theory is a ritualistic defleshing of the deceased. And along with them we've got classic bifacial European stone tools, but they do possess some new stylistic choices. And on the walls you can see panels of the archaeologists that worked here, their theories on it, like on the theory of cannibalism, on what they were doing there, all the research coming out of it, and yeah, just summaries of the excavation and what it means for the history of migration out of Africa.
Hey! Boxgrove man, also known under Homo heidelbergensis, is a significant archaeological discovery to trace our ancestral origins by contributing to the bigger picture of human evolution. At the Boxgrove site in West Sussex, England, archaeologists found evidence for advanced stone tool making as well as butchery practices that are seen through the many flint tools and animal bones excavated. Such stone tools and animal bones with butchered cut marks highly suggest a narrative that the early humans of Boxgrove were skilled hunters who not only used and made a complex variety of stone tools for hunting, but also used such utensils for the enhanced purpose of processing animals. The animal bones excavated from Boxgrove compose of a large variety of mainly large animals, indicating that these early humans were capable of organized group hunting, symbolizing some level of social cooperation and complexity amongst these hominins. Feel free to check out the link or scan the QR code on a video on how to nap and what napping is. Homo heidelbergensis is considered to be a significant transitional species that showcases human evolution, as it's thought to be a common ancestor of both Neanderthals and modern Homo sapiens. Discussions of our origins are provoked by the excavated material of Boxgrove man's tibia or shin bone and 2 incisor front teeth. The human tibia is remarkably long and believed to have belonged to an adult individual who stood erect, well over 1.8 meters tall, and adds to our understanding of human evolutionary lineage, as the robustness and thickness of the tibia is said to be comparable to that displayed later by Neanderthals. However, these hominins may not have always been at the top of the food chain, as the articulate ends of the tibia indicate gnawing action. The remains at the Boxgrove site greatly contribute to an understanding of the morphology and behavioural ways of this human ancestor, as well as to a broader narrative of our ancestral lineage.
Hi Pat. This room explores the Schöningen site in Germany. This dates to between 337,000 and 300,000 years ago, and from where it is in the timeline, we know that it was likely early Neanderthals that must be responsible for the artefacts present. The artefacts in question are of course spears. We know they are spears, similar to modern javelins, due to the taper towards the rear end of the spear, with the centre of mass being in the front third of the spear. The average person today would not know that they need to do this in order to make an effective throwing spear. This is advanced projectile technology made over 100,000 years before Homo sapiens left the African continent. The story told by this site is of a mass horse hunt, where these people, whatever species of hominin they were, hid in the vegetation and ambushed the horses, attacking from one side with a lake on the other. This is evident from the locations the artefacts found. Additionally, analysis of many artefacts has determined that there were multiple hunts at this site. This is crucial for our understanding of early humans, as not only does it show clearly the higher thought required to make projectile weapons, but the ability to communicate and coordinate an ambush, as well as the cognition to understand the tactic and repeat it. This room focuses on showing this through use of a holographic display of a human hunting, as well as through activities including spear making and throwing, so that patrons are able to come to grips with how hard these tasks actually are, not just physically, but from the perspective of the technical knowledge required. There will also be use of interactive displays, allowing our patrons to tour the site with an interactive map. This will all serve to educate the wider public on the real, intelligent human nature of these ancestors of ours.
Thanks for showing me the room.
Anytime. Bye.